I'm just really hungry.
All right, for radio production, I don't even know what the course code is for that class. TVRA four
Right.
something something something.
A
This is
lot of
the
numbers.
yes, this is the BC listening project for that. I'm here with Signé King, who, you know, this interview was supposed to be about Brooklyn in general,
Right.
and you sit down and tell me that you've only lived in Brooklyn for 2 years, so we
Yes.
have a lot of time. Break it down. So
Well, going on 4 now, because we're about to be in 2018. I moved here in
okay,
2014 from
so
DC.
you had already graduated high school.
Yes, right when I graduated high school, I came up here.
And where did you grow up?
I grew up in the DMV area.
Department of Motor Vehicle? What is
No,
the DMV
DC,
area?
Maryland, and Virginia.
Oh,
I was born in Virginia.
okay.
But I was raised in Maryland and I lived in DC. So it's kind of like I literally say the DMV area because I was everywhere.
So in that like little tri-state area.
In that little area, because everything's literally like connected or like by a street. Like everything's really close together.
So why Brooklyn? Why are you here?
I'm here because I was tired of just the same thing. I didn't want to be in Maryland anymore. I was tired of the environment. I wanted something fresh and new. So I'm like, why not? You know, I had the opportunity to go, so I took it.
So you came here to go to Brooklyn College.
Right, yes. And I didn't, it's crazy because I never knew about a Brooklyn College until I was like doing research and I'm like, there's such thing as a Brooklyn College? Like, what? This is crazy. So then I looked into it.
So do you pay out-of-state tuition to come here?
Now I don't, but I did before.
Which was expensive as hell, right?
Which was at least like $8.85 at least. Yeah.
That's a lot of money to come here.
Yeah, it is, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, now I have in-state, so it's worth it.
So you have a New York State driver's license?
Yes, New York State, everything.
Wow.
Right.
Hell, yeah. So like, what was your first experience of like hanging out? How'd you make friends here? You came here in 2014 out of high school. Did you know anybody?
I didn't know anyone at all.
So what'd you do?
I was just a lonely girl.
So how long did you sit in your room and watch TV for before you went outside?
It was weird because when I first came, I was like literally just like in and out. So I would like, you know, go to class, go home, go to class, go home. But then I got introduced to a lot of different like clubs on campus. So I started like making friends through there.
Wow.
And then like I was like, oh, okay, it's not so bad. So that kind of started really early. Like I was entertained.
So
already.
you like used clubs that they're actually meant to be for, like network and make some
Yeah,
friends.
I did, right? And I was like, wow,
Hell
look
yeah.
at me doing the whole college thing. Like,
So do you live on your own now in Brooklyn?
no, I live with my grandparents.
Oh, so your grandparents have lived here your whole life?
No, my grandparents moved here. If I moved here in 2014, they were probably here in like 2011. My grandma got a job. She used to work for American Red Cross in DC. Then they had like this huge like layoff thing. So then she got another job here in the city. So I was like, cool. Well, you know, it's perfect.
Is that weird living with your grandparents as a college student? That's got to be weird as hell.
I mean, it has its ups and downs, but they're very.
Are they in bed by 7:30 every night?
No, my grandmother is very different. She's a different type of person. She's up till, it depends. She could be up till like 11. You know, 11's like her cutoff point. 11:30. She's up. And she texts and stuff, so, you know, she's
How
like...
old are they? Are they in their 70s? Like, are they old?
No. My grandmother's in her late 60s. My granddad's in his early 70s.
Oh, so they're old.
Yeah, but they text and stuff. They're hip, though.
Damn.
They're hip, though. They, you know, they have iPhone 6s, you know.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so they're up there. So, you know, don't
And
sleep
they've
on
lived
them.
here their whole life?
They lived here, no, since 2011 they moved to New York.
Okay.
But they were from Trinidad originally. They moved here when they were maybe in their late 20s to the United States, periods. And then they were living in Virginia, which is why, you know, I grew up around there and everything like that. So
what was the process like becoming a New York State resident? Was it annoying?
It was a lot to adjust to. Just like being outside, and not even being outside, just always hearing noise. It's always noise happening outside. That's something I wasn't really used to, because like I had a neighborhood where it was quiet. Like it was like, you know, but like here it's like it's always noise outside. There's always something going on. So, you know, that was something to adjust to.
Like, I'm not from Brooklyn, but I know the area like pretty well. So like, do you live in an area where it looks like Flatbush, where it's like everything's always busy?
Yes. I live by Prospect Park.
Oh, I walk from here to Prospect Park all the time.
I live in Prospect Park, so it's very busy, a lot. There's like, you know, the zoo's right there, Botanic Gardens right there, Brooklyn Museum. Like it's everything's just moving all the time.
I love like walking through Prospect Park, but at night it gets a little weird.
Yeah, night is a
is
little
it
crazy.
weird
You
at
gotta
night?
be careful.
Should I be
I don't
careful?
walk there at night. I don't.
You
I
don't.
don't. No. After like the sun goes down, there's no need for me to be over there.
It's very hip. Like there's no. I know. I was walking there the other day and I noticed there were no black people in Prospect Park. It was all white people walking around and running.
Which is crazy because that's fairly new.
I know.
Fairly new. They built like a whole new apartment complex literally directly across, and it's just like new. Everything's just new, and this whole like like white couples in there and everything, and they're just like biking and stuff at night.
Oh yeah.
You
like
know,
if you walk in, like that area of Prospect Park where that green tree is, like that statue. It's also like a Snapchat filter. You know what I'm talking about? If you walk through Prospect Park in that way and you like exit by Grand Army Plaza, it's like two different planets. Like
literally,
it's crazy.
Literally, it's just that just they just it's gentrification. They come in, they rebuild, and then they just like sell the homes for more, and just it takes out the environment because it's so what's the word I'm looking for? It's accessible. There's trains, there's buses, everything's there. Like you don't have to go anywhere to get.
So are you like one of these anti-gentrification people? Do you think it's like killing Brooklyn?
Do I think it's killing Brooklyn? No, but I do think that it's kind of like. Sorry.
Oh, she's getting in trouble with the food. It's all right.
Sorry. It's kind of like survival of the fittest, I would say. Oh, take it off.
Yes. Out of the studio, she's saying.
Out.
Yeah, this is a little annoying that she's doing this right now.
It's very annoying.
I don't know who is this woman.
That's Sandra.
Oh man.
Right. But she's gonna watch me the whole time.
I know, radio station police over here. This is thank God for editing, right? Bringing food in the studio.
Exactly.
And there's a scene out here.
At least we can take this out. She should just
take it. Just take it out of the studio and come right back in.
Can I just leave it right there? Can I just put it on the floor?
Honestly, I would just like put it like behind the microwave and just walk back in here.
Okay, I'll be right back.
It's so annoying. Thank God we're not actually on the air in like a real radio situation. Hell yeah, it is. Oh man. What did you give it away? They took it away for you?
Oh, no, I just put it right there on the table. But anyway, yes. So where were we? Am I anti-gentrification? I am definitely anti-gentrification because I think that
you don't like Starbucks and Chipotle.
I love Starbucks and Chipotle. I am very bougie. Okay,
yeah,
so
me too.
You know what I'm saying? I'm very bougie, so I like my stuff. I would never purposely want to stay in an area that's like considered the hood or anything like that because I don't want to be in that. I don't want to be in that area. I don't really know anybody that does want to be in an area like that. But I think it's just unfair to the whole process of gentrification because it's not like they're reselling the homes to black families that are able to actually pay for it. Because, like, thankfully, my family makes enough money where they up the rent, but we're okay. Like, we can still pay for it.
You can afford to stay in Brooklyn.
We can afford to stay, but it's just like, there are times where they don't even try to rent to families that are black, and it's just like, you're not giving them the opportunity to even do it just because, they don't want to.
I tried to move to Brooklyn over the summer and got denied by
really?
over 12 apartments. Yeah.
Where in Brooklyn?
Crown Heights, Bed-Stuy, Flatbush. Because I don't make 40 times the rent.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm a waiter, I don't report all the income I make. So everybody said no.
Like, it's not fair, and it's just like some people just...
and I'm white as fucking day.
Yes,
so.
You are, but maybe that name Zaki gets them like...
It's Zaki. It's Egyptian, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, who is this?
I know. My mom is from Canada and my dad is from Egypt. I'm half and half. First generation American.
See, that's why. They're like, that little drop is like...
I know.
Too much for them.
But... So, like, hanging out in Brooklyn, like, after you made some friends, like, where did you start going? Like, were you hanging out in Prospect Park? Or were you, like, going to the Barclays Center? Let me ask you, do you have any idea what the Barclays Center was before it was the Barclays Center? I've always wondered that.
No, I've never even been inside.
You've never been inside the Barclays Center?
Never. I've always walked past it because I literally live I live close to it, but I've never been.
You don't have $4 to go to a Nets game? That's literally what it costs. Hell yeah.
I should go to one then. People have been telling me I should go, so I'm just...
You've never even seen a concert at the Barclays Center?
Never.
Wow, that's crazy.
Right, never.
I've been there so many times.
Maybe I should go inside one day to see something, some basketball game or a show.
Not
or
even in that
something.
Starbucks that's in the Barclays Center. I go
I
there.
didn't even know there was a Starbucks in there.
I was in there this
I
morning.
didn't know that.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna have to go in there for the hype one day just to take a walk through, just to see.
In the Starbucks is like a basketball court. Like it's like
Oh,
weird. Like on the other side, like behind the Starbucks, and there's a big clear window, and sometimes the guys are practicing.
wow.
You have like a little show going on when
Maybe
you're
I
waiting
can
for your
find, maybe
coffee. Hell yeah.
find me a ball player or something. Find me somebody in there.
Hell yeah. That like whole area down there is like way underdeveloped. Like you walk down there and
Mhm.
there's some stupid vape shop right across from the bar. Like, do you go down there often by the Barclays Center? You hang out
I'm
over
in
there?
that area sometimes.
Like,
Yeah.
where do you hang out?
If I am in that area,
Like, if you're in Brooklyn.
if I'm in Brooklyn, where do I go? A lot of my friends have bars, so I go. I hit up their bars, see what they're up to.
I thought you were talking about Xanax. I was like, whoa, this is for the BC
No.
Listening Project.
No,
What the-
bars, like, yeah, so my friends have bar, they work at bars, so I'll do that.
Uh-huh.
I go to like a lot of thrift stores and stuff in Brooklyn. Don't really go to that many parties in Brooklyn. I usually go to parties in the city.
Like, yeah,
so-
people live in apartments. Nobody's throwing a house party, right?
Exactly. So I don't really waste my time doing that.
You have like
But-
sneak on roofs, like rooftops.
Yeah, of course.
I heard that's like a
course.
city thing that like these hip young city kids do.
Oh, that's what it is now?
Hell yeah, they
I
like go
didn't
on a
know.
roof and smoke weed and run away after they're done.
For the culture.
Hell yeah. No, I like Brooklyn. Brooklyn's cool, you know.
Brooklyn is nice.
Do you ever go out to Long Island? You ever hang out out there?
Long Island.
Have you ever even been out to Long Island?
Is that I have to take the ferry?
Holy shit, I can't believe you just said that. There's no ferry to Long Island. That's Staten
That's
Island.
Staten Island.
Yeah,
Okay,
so-
Long Island is which way? Like what trains?
East. The Long Island Railroad.
No, I've been no wait. I've been on that once, but not to go to Long Island.
Where'd you
I
go
was
to
going to
Queens?
Queens.
Yeah.
Yes, I've never been to Long
You've
Island.
never even been to Long Island. You've never been to like Babylon.
No,
Never heard of Babylon.
I've never heard of Babylon.
Or
I
like
know.
Hempstead.
Hempstead?
Yeah.
That sounds familiar.
Valley Stream.
No, Valley Stream.
That's like in Queens too.
I know there's a lot of neighborhoods that I just don't know about. Like I haven't really like.
Hey, can we pause for a second since that Sandra's talking about food and to the other people in the studio? She's really having a meltdown about this.
Why is it?
I don't know. This
Can you
is.
stop?
I know. Maybe hopefully she doesn't come in here because she might have asked them if they were on the air. But
right, but like. go-
honestly, it's whatever.
Right, like okay.
Last year, Miss Hias is gonna listen to this too because it's from our project, and
Oh,
so
no.
guilty as charged. Sorry, Professor. I brought a coffee into the main studio for my show and spilt it all over the floor. There was coffee everywhere, and like an email got sent out like, "Hey, whoever brought the coffee in, don't do that again."
Right.
And I never owned up to it, but sorry,
you are.
sorry, Professor.
Now he knows. It'll be okay. We'll be fine.
But yeah, so like when you're hanging out in Brooklyn, like, okay, so talk to me about your first relationship. Obviously, you've met a dude since you lived in Brooklyn. Like,
Oh man, I met
were
a
you, like,
plethora of guys. Since
I
moved to
bet. So have you like walking down the street down Flatbush Avenue and some guy goes, "Hey," and it's like your third day here, and you're like, you know what? I'm in a new town, in a new place. Let's be some
No.
independent chick and go for it.
No, I usually don't talk to people on the street.
So how did it happen?
I usually meet them through people or like through certain like
But you didn't know
environments that
anybody.
I'm
What,
in.
did you meet him at a club here?
No, I mean I will give a guy my number at the club. It depends. It's very particular to when I
No, not at the club,
decide.
like in a Brooklyn College club that you joined here to make friends.
No, I have gotten my number from people through clubs though, for sure. Only because I feel like we got to the point where we're friends. So like we started like hanging out, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, like outside of campus and stuff like that. So it's just like, okay, I can give you my number through there. But like relationship wise, the guys in Brooklyn are not my thing. I came
That's
to
a
the
blanket
conclusion.
statement about every guy in
I
Brooklyn.
know,
Why is
right?
that?
I don't know.
Oh
I
my
haven't-
God.
I haven't had any good experiences with
So if you
that.
meet a guy and he's like, "Oh, I'm from Brooklyn," he's out
Nah,
off
I'm
the
not-
table, no way.
No, I'll try, but then it'll always end up in the way I assumed it to be.
Which is what? What is it about
Trash.
Brooklyn guys? They're just trash.
Just trash. Like they're just how they are. It just doesn't. The ones that I've dealt with per se. I'm not gonna generalize, but the ones that I have dealt with so far.
So what's your favorite borough then? You like a guy from Manhattan or the Bronx or
I never
Staten
even
Island?
dealt with a guy from the Bronx. I don't even know
What?
what they would like make me feel like.
I think they're all the same. They're just where they
Really?
live. Yeah.
Maybe I like a guy from Manhattan.
Manhattan.
Maybe I need that.
From Manhattan. A lot of people live in Manhattan because they have a lot of money. Not a lot of people are
Right.
from Manhattan.
Maybe just live in Manhattan. I heard Harlem was cool too. That's close to Manhattan, right? That's like
Hell
basically
yeah.
right. So maybe there. Maybe I need to
Harlem's like a
get out
little
of this area.
like I've been to City College, which is like another CUNY school to
Mhm.
call basketball games, and
Mhm.
it's like 127th and Broadway, which is like up there,
Right.
and it's on like a different planet than Brooklyn. Like it's like a little I don't know, maybe it's because I'm used to Brooklyn,
Right.
and I'm not like ever like scared to walk down the street because I'm like a pretty
Mhm.
big dude. I'm not scared that anyone's
Right.
gonna mess with
My
me.
man raised no he.
Hell
I don't
yeah.
know if you can curse.
But I think I dropped an F-bomb before, so it's whatever.
Right.
But I don't know. There's something sketchy about Harlem that freaks me out.
Really?
Hell
It's a
yeah.
different vibe.
It's a completely different vibe.
I felt that someone said that about Queens. I went to Queens and they were like, when you go to Queens, it's like a totally different vibe from Brooklyn. Like it's just different.
I don't know. I've never really hung out in Queens.
Yeah, I've only been there like once for a concert and then another for like a work event. Never really like been there.
It's lame.
You think so?
Yeah. I'm just gonna label it as lame.
Right. So is Brooklyn like your best borough? You would say?
Well, see, like I grew up going to Manhattan, like on
Right.
Long Island. Like
Right.
that's what you do for fun. You take the train to Manhattan, you know. But
Right.
when I tell people I go to Brooklyn College, they're like, "Oh my God, do you bring a gun to school?" Like it's Brooklyn.
Really? They think it's bad
Brooklyn
like
has like a
that?
horrible reputation, like where I'm from. That it's like this, like I'm
Mhm.
telling you, I love Biggie Smalls, but he ruined Brooklyn's reputation in like the white community.
But that's what was really happening in his world, though.
Hell
You
yeah, it
know,
was,
it
but
was
it's
really
not like that
happening.
anymore.
It's definitely not like that anymore.
No.
I mean, it's like that in every. I feel like in every area, there's a bad patch everywhere you go.
Mhm.
There's like it's badness everywhere you go. So it's just like, but maybe here was just more apparent. It was just everywhere.
But I've
I
like
guess.
walked through the streets of Brooklyn from here to the Barclays Center. I've walked from here to Penn Station at
Mhm.
2 in the morning, like all
Mhm.
around Brooklyn. I've never ever had a problem ever.
I've never had a problem either. Like when a lot of people were telling me you need to be like really careful, blah blah. And
Never
I'm
been
always
robbed?
careful in Brooklyn though.
You were robbed in Maryland or
And
Virginia
I was
at the
robbed in
DMV.
DC. Yes, in DC I was robbed. Yes.
Wow.
Right.
Were you jumped by another girl or a dude?
No, a guy robbed
A
me.
guy robbed
Yeah.
you? Did he hit you?
No, he didn't hit me.
Wait, what'd he take?
He took my phone.
Really?
Yeah, he just snatched it
What, and just ran?
and just ran.
Were you like texting your hand?
like a little bitch? I was mid text.
Holy mackerel! And he just
Right.
did you
I was
even,
mid.
did you go after him?
Yeah, I did. It's funny because I talked about this on my show the other day.
When was it? This recently?
This was I was maybe in like 10th grade.
Oh my God.
Right. But the thing is, granted, I got another phone like 2 days later. But that's not the point. I was still very upset.
Hell
like
yeah.
he stole my phone out of my hand and like
Yeah.
he tried to like time it perfectly to where like the train was coming and like right when the doors were closing, so like I couldn't get in. It was just a lot. So yeah, I was very upset. But I've never had any problems in here. Like I've always seen some crazy outlandish things in Brooklyn. I've always seen random things happening, but nothing has personally happened to me, that I can say that's like had me like scared or anything.
What about the pot smoking in DC? It's legal there.
It is legal there.
In
which
Brooklyn,
is pretty great.
where's the go-to spots to get high?
Personally, I don't try to hide it when I smoke. Like I feel like being out in the open is probably your best bet than to try to like sneak and
So
do it.
like
I feel
if
like
you
that's
were
the
gonna have
worst.
to give like the tips to smoke weed safely in Brooklyn, what would you do?
I would just say first find some type of like park area maybe. Prospect Park is always dope. I feel like you should go to smoke too. I feel like that's a perfect spot. It's so big, like who's gonna like who's
Yeah.
gonna say anything?
I've taken a walk or two around there
Yeah,
sometimes,
it's
if you know what I
nice.
mean. Hell
You know,
yeah.
it's a nice little area, but I mean, I just feel like be discreet, but be aware. Like just watch your surroundings. People aren't just gonna tell on you like I'm gonna call the police.
Hell
Like
yeah, yeah.
like no one's gonna do
And
that.
that's like when you get high and you get paranoid. That's when you're like looking around going,
Exactly.
"Oh my God, he just smelled the weed.
Everyone's
He's gonna call the cops."
like everyone's looking at me like
I always
no.
say like if you just go around, like you could smoke weed every day if you want to and be high all day.
Mhm.
Just never admit to being high and try not to
Exactly.
tell people that you smoke weed in general.
that and try not to smell. Try your hardest not to smell.
Yes.
That's the part. If you can mask the
Mhm.
smell, oh, you don't know anything. I could
And,
just always be like this.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
it's like you never know.
When I got my New York State license picture taken, like when I turned 21,
Mhm.
so that was 2 years ago, I like wanted to look as high as possible in the picture, so I smoked a ton of weed before I got the picture taken. And I just looked completely in my license picture. I just looked completely stoned. It's
Right. So now if
ridiculous.
they stop you and you're stoned, you're like, this
This
is
is just
me.
me.
I look like this. Right.
But
Funny.
yeah, Brooklyn is like a weird place with weed because like you walk around and there's all these like I don't want to sound ignorant like these they're called like these African stores like with like Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica and they all have like these like crazy like Rastafarian scarves and pipes in the windows and I'm like
Right.
this is all like I want to just walk into one of those stores so badly one day and be
Who
like
said that you can't,
but I
Adam?
would just be like I don't want to like walk in and get like stared at by everybody because
They're
I'm
not.
white.
It's if I
It's
feel like
nerve wracking, you
it's
know.
not you. And the thing is,
I
I'm glad
know.
that I hear that from from like an actual white person because I feel like black people feel the same way. It's just like when we're in an establishment, if it's like all white people and it's one black person, we're like, oh shit, like it's like that feeling of like, you know what I'm saying, the out just being the
Mhm.
outsider. You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like, especially like Caribbean people, like we're very giving and like we're very loving, and I feel like our culture is different when it comes to like black Americans because we can have just like black Americans though, but Caribbeans have more like different types of ethnicities that can be still you can still be Caribbean. Like there's white Trinidadians, there's Chinese Jamaicans, there's like
Mhm.
but you'll never see like a Chinese black person. Like it's different. It's different.
No.
So it's just like I feel like if you just go in there like yo, I like I like the pipe, like all that stuff in the window. They'll be like, yeah, they're trying to sell you everything, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah, yeah.
That's
That's
the
like
that's the thing.
one of my biggest fears too in Brooklyn. It's like I've always thought about like getting my hair cut here, like going to a Brooklyn barbershop. but,
Get a shape up real
but
quick.
yeah, but like I like and I haven't seen one of the barbershop movies in a long time, but there's got to be a scene in one of those movies where a white guy walks in and they like just make fun of him and it's weird. And I just
Yeah,
like
they
don't.
probably
Yeah.
will. They honestly, I
Hell
wouldn't. I'm not
yeah.
going to say that they would not make fun of you because they
Like
most
John
likely
Anderson.
will.
John Anderson lives in Brooklyn.
Right.
Imagine the barbershop that guy goes to.
But the thing
When
is,
he
they
walks
would
in there,
appreciate him
yeah,
though
I bet
after the fact.
exactly. But I bet
Mhm.
you the first time he walked in, they're like,
They'll be like, "Who
"Who
is
the
this?"
hell is this guy?"
Right, trying to come get a haircut. Like, what do you want? Like, what do you want us to do
Yeah,
for you?
yeah,
But
yeah,
they'll
yeah.
appreciate you after because we're not. Everyone isn't on this hate
No, I don't think
thing
they
that
are either.
everyone's but like
No.
it's hard sometimes to like be comfortable with speaking about like the differences in races, especially
Mhm.
between like, you being white and me being black. It's like, some people don't want to talk about it. Like, it's
Hell
like,
yeah, I love talking about
and I'm like,
race.
I don't mind because it's
Me
just like
neither.
everyone doesn't have that mindset. Some people, you
Mhm.
should be comfortable to speak about it. Like, how are we supposed to diminish the problem if we can't even have a
You're
conversation?
absolutely
You
right.
know?
Hell
It's
yeah.
stupid. Stupid.
But it happens to me all the time in class, and
Mhm.
I'm like the only white person in the class. And I
Right.
grew up in a town where there was like one black person in my
Mhm.
high school.
Mhm.
So like the roles are reversed, and it's like
Right.
a cool feeling that I like a lot. Cause like
Right.
when I go home at night, it's like going to a different country. Like it's
I
like
believe it.
it looks completely different. It's
Right.
quiet, like
Mhm.
in the DMV, like you said. I can't believe you said it like that. I've never
That's
heard
what
that
it's. That's
before.
how we characterize it.
The
Literally, what?
DMV.
DMV,
I went
DC,
to
Maryland,
Washington
Virginia.
D.C. once. It sucked.
Really? Where'd you go?
Like the
By the
nat,
White House or
yeah, the
something?
mall or
Yeah, boring.
the
Like
white ass
just
family vacation. You know exactly what I'm
right. We're
talking
going to the
about.
White House.
Oh, the
Ah,
Lincoln Monument. It was a
yeah,
million degrees.
yeah. I believe it. That's
Bunch
the
of
that's the
dead
hot
presidents.
spots.
It sucked.
Exactly.
Where's the cool spots in D.C.?
Definitely like H Street. That's by like Howard
What is that? Howard University?
Howard University.
That's like that historic black college, right? I
The
see.
HBCU.
There's
Yeah.
like Howard sweaters are cool, right? Like
Yes.
they
Yes,
are.
they
Yeah,
are.
hell
They
yeah, I
are.
noticed that.
Yeah, so exactly, definitely by like H Street and U Street and stuff like that. That's where like everything's popping, like bars, parties, clubs, just like food, just people, everywhere. So I would definitely say go there
Is
the
there a
next
subway
time.
system in D.C.?
Yeah, there's a metro. Yeah, for sure.
It's underground.
Yes, it's underground.
Is
They
it
have
cheaper than the MTA?
lines. Not anymore. Not
Oh, it's
anymore.
expensive.
It's probably more expensive now. I would
Damn.
say. They have different. They have like red lines though. They don't have like number and
That's like
letter
I've never been to
trains.
Boston, but that's how they
Yeah.
do it color wise.
Yeah, they have like color lines and like stuff like that. Definitely not as much trains in DC as it is here.
Is Brooklyn? Would you say Brooklyn's one of your favorite cities that you've been to, or no?
I would say so because I feel like I've learned a lot and I experienced it a lot just being here for like almost 4 years. It definitely shaped my thinking and my mental because it's just like
It toughened you up a little
it
bit,
did
right? I
definitely
feel the
toughen me
same
up, and I
way.
feel like it definitely taught me like to be like a go-getter. Like it really got me to the mentality of like going for what I want, like doing it and like, you know, executing a task and like, you know, getting things done. So I
Yeah.
appreciate it for that,
Like
for
you and
sure.
I like hold positions here. Like how many
Right.
kids do you and like do we both know that we have classes with that do nothing?
Right,
And they just
exactly.
bitch and complain about how horrible this place
That's
is.
what I'm saying. And I always tell people, like, how can you go to a college just to go to class and go home and
Exactly.
expect things to, you
Just come
know,
to you.
no, you have to, like, be, you gotta be mixy. You gotta, like,
Mm-hmm.
get to know people, your professors. Like, you never know who can help you. Like, there's someone in your class that's, like, can help you with some type of anything, your project that you're doing. And, you know, you just don't know because you're just there for class. Like, come on.
Hell yeah.
You gotta make it. You're here for 4 years. You might as well do
If
something.
you're
Like,
lucky.
right. You might as well try to do something.
Some people here for
Use
5,
it.
6, 7 years.
Exactly, and I don't got time for that.
I know. I just was told that I have to go like 6 credits for the next 3 semesters, like
Really?
2, and 2.
No way.
Yeah, the JAMS program is getting screwed. They can't offer all these classes. So, are you done in the spring?
I'm done in the spring.
You'll graduate
God
a year
willing.
before me.
God willing. Like, hopefully, if everything in the winter.
I'm hoping against you. I want you to come down right with me. We're going down together.
Don't say that because I hope I'm not here. Like, if I'm not done by the spring, definitely by the summer, I'll be taking my last classes because
Oh,
I just.
what are you gonna walk? Are you gonna walk at graduation? You gonna do that?
I feel like it's very stupid
Me
because
too.
we
I'm not gonna
don't.
do it.
I want to be
You
recognized.
can go to the Barclays Center though. That's how you get in.
I can go to the Barclays Center. You're right. Maybe like I'll go just because I know my family's gonna, you know. But I only get like 3 tickets anyway, so it's like, are they really gonna?
What are you gonna do?
Like as regards to after I graduate, or like am I going to graduation?
Yeah, yeah. Like,
Saying?
what are you gonna do? Are you gonna go to graduation,
I'm gonna
or
go. I'm gonna go to graduation.
you're gonna walk? You're gonna wear that stupid
I
gown?
have to. I have to.
Oh,
I have
for
to.
why? You have to do it for your family.
For my family, I have to. Mainly for my grandmother because my grandmother always wanted to say she wanted because her son, Lord, my father. That's funny. My father since my parents had me when they were 19, so they were in college still. My
Damn,
mom
your parents are young.
Yeah, my mom got to graduate, but my father didn't. So it would be happy for her to see me, you know, like right under my dad, like graduating and stuff like that. So I definitely would have to do it for her mainly. So
So
I
you're
will
gonna
have
do
to
it.
sit through that
Huh.
the whole process. But
Well,
she'll be happy to see
You
it.
get to go to the Barclays Center, so
Exactly, for free. So,
hell yeah.
you know, that's pretty good. I'm happy about that.
Well, not for free. You paid tuition for 4 years.
Right, I did. I forgot. Just to
Definitely
go there.
not for free.
And not even to get my name called.
No, 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 no,
Just
no.
just to stand
I'm
up.
pretty sure they call your major and you stand up. I
I'm
think
just
that's
gonna
how that
stand up
works.
longer.
Just never sit down.
I'm never gonna sit. I'm gonna make sure that they see me. I'm gonna wave. Like, do you guys see me? Like,
Hell yeah.
you know, I'm. You have to recognize that.
I wonder who'll be the speaker at your graduation.
I know, cause they had Bernie last year, which is epic.
I know they can't like.
They have
get
to do
any-
something better than Bernie.
Who are they gonna get?
Obama.
Yeah, Barack Obama doing Brooklyn College's
He
thing.
would
No
never.
way.
Right. I don't know. They need someone like, I don't know, someone that graduated from here. I would say James Franco, but I don't really feel like he's.
I think he took like 3 credits here, and that's like something on Wikipedia that's blown out of proportion.
Really? Is that he
That
graduated
guy Don.
from here?
That guy Don Lemon went here. You know who
Don
Don
Lemon
is?
did go here. We
Yeah.
could have some, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Someone could come. Someone could come and do it because we need someone good. We really do.
What would Don Lemon say?
Right.
What would
Ew.
I don't have any words
I
of
don't have
wisdom
any
to hear
words for
from
that.
Don Lemon.
He could help us with something. Though. He can give us some final words to leave us off.
Maybe one day you'll do it if you go out and be big and
Maybe, right?
successful.
Right. Maybe I will come back to Oregon College and do a commit. Let's mark this day.
This could be called the Signé King Studios.
Right.
This whole radio
This
station.
whole everything.
Hell
Imagine.
yeah.
Imagine.
All you gotta do is take a nice fat check and write it out to Brooklyn College Radio, and they'll name this whole
Ooh.
place after you.
Right. We'll go down in history though. And then until someone else wants to buy it, and then
Hell yeah. No,
then
I
it's
think
over for
I
me.
think like this school, because think about it like this: Brooklyn College is no money, right? The whole CUNY system is no
Right.
money. Think about how much money the land we are sitting on is worth.
Right.
I bet you some private donors come in, they buy Brooklyn College, the campus, add a digit to the tuition, redo all the buildings and privatize it, and this is University of Brooklyn.
Yep.
And I think that happens within 10 years.
Yep. At least I'll be gone, so I
Yeah,
don't
me
have to. I don't
too.
have to worry about that. But
Who
I
knows?
can definitely see that happening for sure. For sure.
You go to some of these other like CUNY campuses, and they're beautiful. Like, it's
But the thing is,
unbelievable.
people say that about our campus. I've
Hell
heard so
yeah.
many
I
people
think this
say, like,
campus
I
is
love this
beautiful.
campus.
Yeah, me too. I
The
think it's really
nature, the
nice.
trees, and the pond, and all the little
Mm-hmm.
stuff. I'm like, so
Mm-hmm.
nice. But I mean, I've only other been to where Hunter,
Hunter, yeah, that's at like
Queens
69th and
College.
Lexington or something like that. Queens College, I've never been
I've
to.
been there. That's it's okay. And John Jay.
That's another one I've never been to.
That's the only ones I've been.
So I've been to
That's
all the
it.
other ones for calling basketball games though.
Right.
They're all pretty
Right.
nice. Like,
Right.
we have the best athletic facilities though. Like, our gym is the nicest. But
Really?
the College of Staten Island. Have you ever like been to like a SUNY school? Like, have you ever visited anybody like
No.
or like a real college? Like a not a real college. I shouldn't say that. But like a dorming college.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I
The
have.
College of Staten Island looks like that. Like, it looks like
Really?
SUNY Purchase. Yeah, it looks like it's like a university. It's like a campus. Like, it's huge.
Huh. Well, I guess they couldn't fit all of that since we're literally in the.
Staten Island's a dump. You ever go to Staten Island?
I've never been there.
Oh, it's a disaster.
Wait, Staten Island is when I take the ferry.
You could drive there too. The
Oh.
Verrazano Bridge goes
The
from
Verrazano Bridge.
Bay Ridge to Staten Island.
I've been there once, and I forgot what I was there for. I think long nights, very long nights. I think I was there for a party. Someone invited me to like a house party.
That you
and
took
then
the
we were,
ferry
like,
to?
Going back
The
to
ferry's
Brooklyn.
free.
Yeah, I took the ferry. It
I
was
think
a
it's
good little.
garbage. They should charge you for that nonsense.
You think they should charge?
My monthly ticket, I bought it today. What do you think it cost me to ride the Long Island Railroad? Like 38 miles away. I live
Mm.
in Lindenhurst, which is a town right next to Babylon, which is
Okay.
a big town that you've never heard of apparently.
Right.
And I think this monitor just like yeah.
Okay,
It's
I was
fine.
just making sure.
What was I saying? I just lost my train of thought.
Lindenhurst, Babylon.
Oh yeah. So what do you think
What it costs for you
yeah,
to
what is it? Yeah, what do you think I paid this morning for my monthly train ticket?
So your monthly train ticket for the LIRR?
Yeah, so it's a ticket. I'll show you what it looks like.
I was like, there's a difference between the monthly for LIRR and a monthly just metro ticket.
Oh yeah, I don't buy the monthly metro ticket. This is the monthly ticket for the LIRR.
Oh wow, this
And
is very fancy.
well, it says the price on it, so maybe you can find it. But while you're looking for the price, why don't you take a guess of how much that costs?
$350.
$350. I could be driving an Audi. I could lease like a
Yeah,
Mercedes
a
for what I
month,
pay
yeah.
to take the subway and the LIRR. That doesn't include subway fare. I still pay the $275
Oh no,
twice
no,
a
no,
day.
no, that's
Like this
ridiculous.
piece, and if I lose this piece of paper,
yeah, it's
I'm screwed.
yeah, I could only imagine someone coming up off that. Like,
These are-
oh,
oh
I got
my
an
God.
LIRR ticket. Like, I did not know it was $350.
It depends on how far away you live. Like, well, yeah, when you went to Queens, it was probably expensive to take the LIRR.
It was very expensive for me to get there, and I was upset. Like, why am I spending $17 to go back and forth to Queens?
Hell
Like,
yeah. I mean, the trains are a
didn't
little
make
bit
sense.
nicer, but they sell alcohol too. I don't drink very much, but you can
On the
buy.
LIRR?
Yeah, like on the platform, you can go out and buy. Like in Atlantic
Wow.
Terminal, there's a full bar.
I did not know that.
Yeah, they like promote drinking on the train. It's pretty funny.
Ooh, excuse me. I don't drink like that either, but
Me
maybe
neither.
I'll
I'm
just
really
do
not
it
into.
just because.
Like, you in the bar scene here at Brooklyn, or in Brooklyn?
The bars are nice.
You're 21, right?
Yeah, I am. I can do the bar scene sometimes. Sometimes I don't really.
But I'm not talking about the club scene. The club scene is a whole different thing.
Yeah, the bar scene.
Yeah, like
the bar scene
like
is cool.
TVs and beers on tap with like a
I
bunch
don't
of
like
people
beer,
standing around. Me
but-
neither. I'm not a beer
Oh,
guy.
good. Yeah, but I can do the bar thing though. It's
What's
cool.
your drink of choice?
Ooh, honey jack with ginger beer.
Honey Jack and ginger beer.
Yeah,
They use ginger beer to make a mojito. You ever have a mojito?
I love mojitos. Peach mojitos to be exact.
I only drink vodka, soda.
Oh
Vodka and seltzer.
no, that's so nasty. That's so nasty. I don't like vodka.
I'm like a diet freak. I like to watch my count.
Oh, with your liquor. I don't.
With everything, because like it's just alcohol's just sugar, you know.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is.
Like, what kind of tacos did you have over there? Was there meat in those tacos?
It was meat in the tacos.
Wow, I'm a vegan. I don't eat any meat or cheese. or
I've
any
been
dairy.
trying to do this. This is only my first time eating meat in the past. What?
Now, when
like
you say
2
meat, are
weeks.
you just saying steak, or are you talking about chicken
No,
and
chicken, everything.
fish?
No,
Shellfish?
I can't do fish. I'm sorry.
You can't eat it, or you can't
No,
stop
that's
eating
one
it.
thing that I cannot stop. If I'm going
okay.
to go down this road, I can be a pescatarian. But
Okay.
I've been told that by my friends that eventually, if me still being pescatarian, eventually I'm gonna cut out fish and just go vegan.
That's exactly how I did it. I stopped eating red meat at first, then pork, and then
yeah,
fish,
I don't eat pork
and then
or red
chicken.
meat. Yeah.
But it's been almost 2 years since I've eaten any
Chicken
meat.
is hard for me to cut out though.
Hell yeah, chicken's good.
Oh my gosh. It's so hard for me. Especially living here too. Brooklyn's like,
Holy
like
mackerel!
you
All this good Jamaican
exactly
food.
Jamaican food,
But
Caribbean
there's
food
weird stuff too,
everywhere.
like oxtail and stuff. Like
Adam Zaki, you never had oxtail in your life. I'm telling you. You want
no,
someone good to fix. Oh, you don't even eat meat anymore. But anyway,
no.
I'm telling you, if someone fixed oxtail for you in a very good way, you would like it. I guarantee.
I don't know.
I guarantee you. I promise
I
you.
don't. I haven't eaten meat in a long time. I don't know if
No,
I
that's what I'm
like
saying.
any
That's
type
right
of meat.
now. Of course, you would probably throw up.
Oh,
You would probably throw up. But you know, if when you were still eating meat, you would like it. I haven't had oxtail in a long time. It's been a while.
like jerk chicken and all that stuff.
Jerk
Yeah.
chicken's really good. What are you saying right now? If
I'm
you
not saying
like
I don't
chicken,
like
I'm gonna
it.
say if you like chicken, you have to like
But I
jerk
don't. It's
chicken.
not that I don't like chicken. I just haven't eaten it in
It's been a
forever.
long time, so I expect you to have that feeling towards chicken in
I
general.
did go out with a girl though not too long ago, and
Mhm.
we got ice cream. And this is why I can't stand chicks, because a guy will just give up whatever he's doing,
Right.
just to try to get
You got
laid.
that dairy in.
Oh,
Oh my god.
didn't make me sick or anything, but it was
But
just
you were just like,
ridiculous.
why am I doing this right now?
Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry that had to happen to you.
listen, women will do that to you.
We will. We'll make you forget about everything.
Oh my God, you're telling me.
Everything.
How's the love
Just
life
a
in Brooklyn
touch.
for you right now?
Right now, I don't really have a love life.
Flying solo?
I'm flying solo. Like I still take dates. I'm still
No, I take appointments.
I do. I promise you. Like if a guy wants to take me out, I will not deny it if I want
Uh-huh.
to, if I feel like I want to. But
Mhm.
I'm not seriously like looking into it. Like I don't have time. I'm really busy. And
No drama? Like,
no, Adam.
I'm just asking.
No, I don't have it.
This-
Like drama with relationships, like a love triangle or something.
Well, I'll give you a little bit of example, not telling the whole story because this is for a class project. But the girl
Okay.
that I got ice cream with,
Ooh.
let's just say her boyfriend found us together in her car.
Oh my god.
So that's my life right now. So it's like I'm just sick of playing the game,
You're
and
tired of it, Adam?
I'm tired of playing the game.
Oh my!
I feel like
gosh.
girls.
Did you know? Did you know she had a boyfriend?
I did, yeah.
Well,
I just feel like girls are playing checkers and I'm playing chess, and it's two different games, and I just don't know where it's going.
yes, everyone's playing a game.
Oh, I can't play
nowadays.
the games anymore.
I don't either. That's why I'm just completely honest with everything now. Like,
Me too. You got to
you know,
kill 'em with
if you want to
honesty.
know, am I dating other people? Or am I like, yes, I am. I absolutely will
Hell
take
yeah.
a date. I
Uh-huh.
promise you I will. And I feel like you should definitely, put that forth first, just to, get everything out before you have to like find out stuff, because no one has
Mhm.
time to have to find out stuff, because that's when it's just a dub. That's
So-
why that's my usually my reason why most of my relationships didn't work out here.
You live with your grandparents, though. There's no way you're bringing a dude home if you want to.
No, the only guy that's ever been in my house was my boyfriend when I was
And your
with him.
grandparents are cool with that?
Yes, surprisingly, I was very
He was
surprised.
sleeping in your bed?
He was sleeping in my bed,
Wow.
door closed.
You have a twin size bed?
I have a queen full.
All right, so,
So
it's
we were
not that
sleeping
weird.
well.
All right.
So and I was very surprised that they actually allowed that to happen. I was
Yeah.
expecting him to just always be on the couch and me have to like text him, hey, what are you doing? But they let him do it, and I was like, wow. So, but ever since then, there hasn't been anybody I've taken seriously or anything like that. So there's no need for them to even come in my room.
It's incredible how different guys and girls are. It blows my mind every second of every day. You ever get approached by a guy here on campus at Brooklyn College?
A guy that what?
Like on campus here, you ever have a guy walk up to you and
Yes.
say,
Oh God. Yes.
"This is like the worst place ever
the
to approach a
worst
girl," and it sucks because
place
we're all
to
trying to
do
get
it.
laid, you know.
And
We're all just living
because
this struggle.
they do it at the wrong times.
Like I
In
noticed,
between classes.
I noticed you on the other side of campus, and I just really thought that you looked pretty, and I just wanted to tell you that. My name is Chad, and if I
Right.
ever see you around, maybe we can get Starbucks. And it's weird. I
Right.
see these dudes do this, and it's weird.
I remember this one guy. Oh my God.
Oh no.
This one guy. He's Egyptian too, which is funny. This
Uh-oh.
pure Egyptian though. So he approached me on campus one day, and he did it at the right timing. So I was like, okay.
What's the
like,
right time?
I was chilling. I was sitting down. I was probably like, I think I was like eating or something.
Okay.
I was just like chilling. Like I wasn't on my way to class or like in between on the phone or So I was
Mhm.
like, okay. Had a little conversation. I gave him my number or whatever. So the next day, he linked to take a little walk. around and around.
Oh, so you guys made a date to take a walk around campus together?
No, it wasn't like a date just to walk.
But how did you guys like get
He
together? Like,
texted me,
oh, so you
and he was
exchanged
like,
numbers.
yeah, I gave him my
Okay.
number. He was like, yo, do you want to link up? We can burn, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, okay,
Okay.
cool,
All
let's
right.
do
All
it. He's
right.
with it. Like, okay, okay. So we have something in common. So I'm like, all right.
Okay.
So, like, we're linking, we're talking and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And then he just gets, like, really, really awkward. Like, I don't know, maybe it's, like, an Egyptian culture thing. And
Uh-oh.
with guys, that like, they're very, like, forward. Like, if they feel like, they want you, they feel like you should feel the same way. And that, want me back so we can go get married and have a family or something.
Oh
So he
wow.
started to, like, be on that type of wave.
Whoa.
And I
So
was
he's like he's telling you like, hey, I
whoa.
like you and stuff like that.
Yeah, like, I like you. I want us to, like,
He was talking about dating you when you guys were walking on campus. Have never even hung out before.
yes. And I was like,
Did you even like hug him before he was talking about dating?
no.
Oh.
Right. And then, like, he started being on all that stuff. And then, like, at the end of our walk, he tried to, like, can I give you a kiss? And I was
Ooh.
like, no.
Like, where did you walk on campus? Where'd you go to that dumb little pond over there?
No, we went. I
around
told
the
you we went
clock
off
tower?
campus. I told you we went
Oh,
off
off.
campus. So
I thought
we
you
were
said
about to.
on campus. Walk around
No,
on
we
campus.
took a walk off campus because
Oh, what'd you walk around? Flap? Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, we took a little
Oh,
walk.
so you went out and you took care of some business outside of campus.
Yeah, and then during that walk back,
Oh.
that's when all that happened. So it was like literally, if you would have just shut up, everything was fine. Like it was good.
You were hanging out, doing your
Yeah,
thing.
and
Wasn't
then-
weird.
No, it wasn't at all. And then he just like ruined it, and I was like, see,
And what'd you just like never text him back? And
never replied.
you ever see him on campus here?
I've never seen him.
Really?
Right, and I'm scared if I do because I probably wouldn't even recognize
He's gonna
him.
tap
to be
you on the
honest.
shoulder from behind one
Yeah,
day.
like,
You're
what are you
never even gonna
doing?
see you coming.
Like, hey,
Hey,
I'll be like,
remember me?
oh shit.
That's the only time a guy has ever creepily approached you on campus.
No, another time a guy approached me on campus was I was actually on my way somewhere, and this guy was like, "Can I walk you to class?"
Oh. Oh
Can I
no.
walk you to class? And I was like, sure. Like, I'm walking pretty fast. Like, I'm not.
You better run.
Right. And I'm like, so, and then he tried to, like, oh, can I, try to get my number and stuff. And I was just like, no, I'm fine. I'm okay. It's the way it happens. Like, you have to come
How do you deal with the
correct.
rejection? It's funny to see guys how they deal with rejection sometimes.
I know. Sometimes they're just like, okay.
What do you think? I said this the other day, and
Mhm.
my friends were calling me crazy. If girls had to deal with the same type of rejection that guys have to deal with, like on a
Mhm.
daily basis, they'd
But
be
I don't-
emotional disasters.
There probably would, but I feel like it's very rare that females, like, approach guys first. I feel
It's
like
happened to me a few times.
I mean, I approach guys first. I don't mind, but I feel like
I
a
love
lot
it.
of-
It's
a-
like so attractive.
yeah,
when a
I
girl
feel
makes
like a
the
woman
first
should.
move.
Like, if you think, and 9 times out of 10, he's not going to deny you, so
You're-
you might as well.
Yeah, like the guy's not like yeah,
He's not gonna be
exactly.
like,
That's exactly
no.
right.
Right, unless he has,
Uh-huh.
like, a girlfriend. He's like that 1%, that
Hmm,
5% of
that,
faithful
that
guys
might not
in the
even
world.
stop him either.
Right, that's why I said that 5% of faithful guys in the world that would be like, no, I have a girlfriend. But, 9 times out of 10, he's not going to deny you.
You ever
anyway,
have like
so.
class with a dude and he'll like slide into your DMs, but you never spoke to him or something like that?
Yes, oh my God.
Has that happened here on campus?
Yes, it has. There was a
Oh.
guy in my class recently, actually. I'm not going to say his name, but I was
This
about to.
semester?
This semester.
Okay, don't say his name.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say his name. And he saw me in class, and
Okay.
then next thing I know, he followed me on Instagram. I never
Ooh.
spoke to him. Really weird. So he followed me on Instagram, and he hit my DM and was like, "Yo, we have class together. Can I ask you a question?" I'm thinking that he was asking about the radio station because he expressed interest in the radio station. I said I was a part, so I was like, okay, And then it got to a whole different
What
thing.
kind of thing?
Like, yeah, I just want to let you know you are a beautiful queen.
Oh no.
I admire your beauty.
He never spoke in person. And now you have to
Never.
sit in class with this
He
dude.
was like, I was going to say something to you before I left class, but I had to run out.
What do you say to that?
And I was just like, oh, okay, that's really nice.
Oh no. That guy's got to get the hint at that point and go.
He
Like,
didn't though.
oh,
He didn't. It kept going for at least 2 weeks.
that's why I always like tell my friends if I'm talking to a girl because then they're like, dude, like, you're acting like a nut job. Stop. If I'm doing something weird, but I bet you that guy didn't tell anybody what he did, and he just thought
no,
this
he
is
was
meant
just
to be.
like- Yeah, he was really forward with it, and I was just like, I thought this question was gonna be radio station related. You just
You ever have a professor hit on you?
no, I haven't. I mean, if he was cute enough, I probably would hit.
Would you go for it?
I probably would.
Whoa.
I can't even lie.
Huh? But have you ever had a cute professor where you're like,
I've never had a cute professor here.
not at Brooklyn College?
Not at
No.
Brooklyn College where I was like, it looks good. Nope, I've never had. Never. The security guys have tried to talk to me before, though.
You ever see the security guy that looks like Snoop Dogg?
The one that looks like Snoop Dogg.
There's one that looks exactly like Snoop.
No, I haven't seen him.
Oh my God, he's my favorite. I love him.
I haven't seen him. No, that's funny.
But they try to talk to you. A lot of those guys are work study students. Those are like,
Really?
yeah, like they are not like some of them. Yeah, are like getting paid to do that, but a lot of them are students at other CUNY schools that are like getting degrees in criminal justice through John Jay.
Hilarious. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's
they
why
tried to
you
talk
can
to
like
me
walk
before.
by, smell 'em like pot. And most of them won't care.
They don't care at all. They never do. As long as don't make it hot. Don't get
Yeah.
yourself in trouble, and they
They-
don't have a problem.
John Anderson told me they put cameras up on the roof. Yeah.
Well, still nothing has changed anyway. People are still up there.
I know. I go up there
So it's
sometimes. There's like empty packs of cigarettes up there, easy water boxes. That's a chill spot up
It
there.
is. It's great.
I know. It's a
It's
secret
so
spot on
great.
campus.
Exactly. You just chill. No one's really there.
You
right
can see
time.
all Manhattan too.
Mhm.
Really, really good view
Really
over there.
nice. Really nice. I love it. I
Hell
love it.
yeah. So what's your favorite part about living in Brooklyn?
My favorite part about living in Brooklyn.
Like if you could tell somebody that's not from Brooklyn the best part about living here, what would you tell them?
It's always something to do. It's
You're never
always
bored.
You're never bored. Like you can literally find anything that you think you want to do, Google it, and it's probably something that you can do. So I really like that. And it's like it's so many connections that you're just like able to make, and you just have to like make them. Like they're not gonna come to you. You have to be in the right environment. You have to be in the right place. And it's like Brooklyn and like just New York period is just like a place where a lot of stars are. You never know who you could pop up on. You
Yeah,
never know. Like
you're
you could just
absolutely right.
find someone randomly walking like, oh shit, like I
That's
didn't,
so and
you know?
so. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So definitely the connections and just like, you gotta make use of it. So
Do you find yourself rough around the edges now? Like tougher and meaner? Like when you go back, are people like, Sinead, lose the attitude?
no, people aren't like that, but I'm definitely more like to the point. I'm like what are we talking about here? Like what is this? What is this for? Like I'm very short.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely changed in me, but it definitely taught me you gotta hustle out here. Like everyone's trying to do it. Everyone's trying to make it. So it's
Mhm.
like you just have to be different. So definitely taught me that for sure. For sure.
Well, we have more than enough time. I could sit here all day and
Great.
talk to you about this. But go
Great.
enjoy your tacos. They're probably ice cold right now.
Right. 'cause
Hopefully
she's
you don't
taking
walk
me
out there to
A lecture.
Hopefully, if we can curse, I'll keep this. But that's gonna be a shit show out there when
It
you walk
is.
out there.
For sure, they're gonna.
Put your game face on. You're gonna get a stern talking to you right now about food in the
Yes.
studio.
I'm ready for
And
it.
I
It's okay.
apologize for putting you in that
It's
situation.
okay. It's okay. I'm gonna take it all. I'm gonna be like, I am so sorry. I
Yeah,
apologize.
just take it and
And I'm just gonna move
just
on.
don't get caught again. You know what I mean?
Yes, I
All
understand.
right. Well, thank you, Sinead, so
Of
much.
course.
And who knows? Maybe someday in 50 years, this will be pulled out of the BC.
Yeah, we're gonna listen to
archive
this
and-
again, and
I
I'm gonna
know.
be giving the commencement speech.
Yeah, right. And they're gonna find out that you admitted to smoking pot, and you're not
Exactly.
gonna be
They're
able to
gonna
do
be like, "Whoa!"
All
Don't
right.
use this against
Well,
me.
thank you so much, Sinead.
Of course.
All right. That's a wrap.